All right, so here we have Kadena, ticker KDA. And you did have essentially a triangle shape here. Price looked to be bullish coming out of it. However, it got rejected by this horizontal right here, starting back from October 23rd, this area here with previous support. And so resistance, support, resistance, resistance, resistance. And then this trend line dating back from the origin of price connects with this height here on September 20th, connects all these. This line is real. This honestly might be the most important straight line in Kadena all of price. You probably need this line on your chart, okay? just look at it. And I'm specifically using KuCoin for this because I think this gets price from the very beginning, right? This was like the opening. You need that line. Therefore, you had a potential for a bullish breakout, got rejected by this horizontal, and went below, okay? Went below the line, and specifically below, and used it as resistance. That's bad. Therefore, you assume in this case that price has to hit the next target down before it can get the potential for leveling out and then trying again. I wouldn't be hoping for a U-shape or a V-shaped correction, but rather you need to identify where is the next most likely area for it to bounce, and you have the bottom of the structure from October 29th. You have support, so looking for a horizontal. I would draw a box somewhere here, connecting these areas, and it's technically at the top of it. So it is finding some area here, and however, it still could want to test the bottom of this box, which is an entire 17% lower, with pressure down on Bitcoin. Therefore, I probably wouldn't get excited about this until at least on the 4-hour chart, potentially maybe even the 1-hour chart. I would go into here, and on the 1 hour, you technically do have higher lows and higher highs so far, but knowing that Bitcoin is a primary indicator for Kadena KDA, I would feel that it's at strong risk of having, if it goes below these recent lows of 531. So I'm on the 1-hour chart. If it goes below this again, the next target is probably closer to $4.65. It's going to be closer to here. However, it does have a chance to form a horizontal range somewhere here because it's technically hitting the top of the next potential bounce point. And it could, as long as Bitcoin doesn't go too much crazier below its next target of 39.5, Kadena could easily, work its way out of this mess going something to this effect. It could. However, I would interpret this as option. So most likely scenario, let's say, I wouldn't even say most likely, just your top 2 to 3 areas of what's going to happen most recently, knowing that Bitcoin has pressure down, is it's going to revisit this line here for a higher low at 548. That's option number 1. It goes down to the previous local lows. This is option number 2 at 535. And option number 3 is it breaks this and comes down here. And if you are, trying to find a good pickup spot, just realize that those are the 3 most likely points for a potentially good buyback. For, as long as you're assuming that you will be a seller, you're not looking to hold this for 2 years, right? I don't think this would be a good buyback if you think you're accumulating for generational wealth. I would probably hold tether and wait for a potential capitulation of the market. But shorter term, if you wanted to take a trade, these would be your 3 most likely areas to begin considering it. And once price gets there specifically, before you take action, you would want to look at both the tickers for traditional markets and Bitcoin as your primary indicators for this once it gets there, and then analyze, is this based on Bitcoin and traditional markets, is this still a probable bounce point, or are they looking, are the other 2 primary indicators, Bitcoin and traditional markets, are they looking weak at this moment? Therefore, I don't want to take action at the first line. I want to wait for the second line because the pressure's still down for the other ones. So that would be my order of operations for this asset, utilizing these 3 potential bounce points. Hopefully that was helpful for Kadena.